Hogwarts Moment Defense Against the Dark Arts class represents a strange departure from the normal, happy, vibrant Hogwarts Moment sets. However, in this set's case, I think it works completely in its favor, so let's take a closer look. This is actually one of two Hogwarts Moments books released this spring, the other being, of course, the Divination Classroom. I already did a review on that if you want to check it out. This is set number 76397, Hogwarts Moment Defense Against the Dark Arts class, retails for $29.99 here in the US and has 257 pieces, which is considerably lower than the Divination Classroom, which had 297. This set does make up for those missing 40 pieces by including some really unique elements. One of the biggest draws of these Hogwarts Moment sets is the minifigures. This set doesn't go crazy, but all three are technically exclusive, though they're just mild variants of figures that we've seen before. First up is Hermione. She does have those medium legs, which are great to get. The torso is one we've seen before. The face print is one we've seen before. It does have an alternate expression as well. I don't think I say it enough, but this hairpiece is so cool. The detailing around the back and everything, I think it fits Hermione's look very well. Big, bushy brown hair. It's good to get a new version of Hermione, but this one really isn't all that special. As a figure, Nevel is a bit more interesting just because we've only ever gotten two versions of him in his regular Gryffindor robes before. He uses, again, already existing parts, but I think it's worth noting that his torso print is different from Hermione's, if ever so slightly. He has the open robe and Hermione has the closed robe. Nevel does have an alternate face as well. And of course, the most notable figure here is Mad-Eye Moody. There's a lot of similarities between the two Mad-Eye figures that they produced in the last few years. The hairpiece remains the same. Most of the printing is the same, the only difference being the colors. I'm glad to see too that we get an angrier looking expression for Mad-Eye on this newer figure. And of course, much like the CMF version, you can turn Mad-Eye into Barty Crouch Jr. because of an additional included hairpiece. This is still a really good figure. I'm glad they changed up some things and just didn't give us the same old reprint. If you missed out on the CMF version of the figure, this is a great way to get your hands on Mad-Eye in a relatively affordable set. The inclusion of these three figures is perfect because they are the three key players in the scene that this book is trying to recreate, which is a very dark scene. You can see on the shelf behind me the relatively colorful books that have been produced for the Hogwarts Moment series in the past. This time around, it's black. And we get a scene that involves murder. And we even have the murdery, the spider is included in this. So yeah, very dark and grim, but there's some cool stuff in here. The layout of this book is quite different from the Divination Classroom, as there's a wall that opens up in the middle rather than the two on the sides. I appreciate that, getting a different look, and this one does feel like it takes up more space because of it. We'll take a look at the accessories first. We have a chalkboard, which is actually built upside down, which is kind of fun. It features the listing of the unforgivable curses. We've got what I assume to be Moody's podium desk, bought for the spider. And then we have a desk for Hermione and Nevel to sit at with two very simple two-piece chairs. The item that's gained the most hype for this set is this chest. There's a number of things great about it. First of all, this is gunmetal gray. The renders on Lego.com made this chest look black, but gunmetal gray is infinitely cooler. It features a brand new chest lid piece, which is flattened off on the top and has two studs. Inside, though, is perhaps the coolest single element of this set, which is the real Alastor Mad-Eye Moody. This, of course, is to replicate a perspective illusion, as if Mad-Eye is at the bottom of this very tiny chest. You could fit a whole minifigure in there if you do it in the nanoscale. As a nanofig, you actually get an extra one of these too, so the set includes two of this. I mean, the printing detail isn't going to be perfect at such a small scale, but it's instantly obvious what they're trying to go for here. I think it's the special pieces like these that maybe hurt our piece count in the set overall, but well worth that cost for such a fun little Easter egg that Harry Potter fans are really going to enjoy. When it comes to the walls itself, the build is really heavily reliant on stickers, unfortunately, and there's far more stickers in this set than there was in the Divination class. There are a number of cool elements on the walls, featuring two magnifying glasses, a number of potions and vials, goblet, bones. There's a fireplace built into the wall, interestingly enough, And a lot of the stickers do have fun details on them, though of course you would like to see those replicated in bricks rather than stickers. Hidden away here is actually our book, of course, which does continue the trend of having an exclusive tile. This exclusive tile is a 1x2 print on the dark mark, which is really, really cool, and equally dark and sinister to match the vibe of this whole set. Overall, the walls aren't too noteworthy. The color scheme is very typically Hogwarts with tans and browns, as you might expect. Compared to some of the other Hogwarts Moment sets, I found this one to be a little more easy and intuitive to pack up. The walls can fold in right away. The chairs go right underneath. Desk, that goes up there. Chest goes on top of that. Spider really doesn't have a spot, so we're gonna have to hide him under here somewhere. This connects right up on top here. I think I'll just put the spider right up there. And then the chalkboard connects right like that. And ta-da, we're good to go. It also closes up better than some of the other books too, where some of them have had a larger gap. This one actually fits a little tighter, but that's not a huge deal to me. The figures don't fit in, and that's not a huge deal to me either, because they're going straight on the minifigure stand. All in all, the Defense Against the Dark Arts class Hogwarts Moment set was a very interesting break from what we usually expect from these sets. Lots of color, good vibes, pleasant scenes recreated. This one went a little darker and had some really interesting items in it because of it. Lots of fun little Easter eggs. And there's rightfully a lot of hype around this particular set. When it comes to value, again, $29.99 does feel a little steep for a lot of these, but bear in mind these sets do offer probably the best playability experience for the price of $29.99. You get 3 technically exclusive minifigures, and this time around we got some brand new pieces as well. The previous 4 sets from last year are typically marked down 20% at a lot of retailers now, and so if you're willing to wait a bit, you can get this for $6 cheaper, which I think is a far more reasonable price to pay. However, if you're like me and need to go out and buy it before it even releases, I completely understand. With 6 of these books now produced, would you like to see this theme continue into the future? I think I would, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.